And thank you, Madam Toastmaster and LiveWires. We are in unprecedented times. We have a pandemic, and as the Toastmaster began by saying, we have incredible levels of uncertainty. We have underemployment, unemployment, we have overemployment, we have relationship challenges involved with people being at home and not having an opportunity to get out. We have uncertainty about what's going to happen next. And I want to share the work of somebody I respect a lot, Dr. Kristen Neff. She is a professor of psychology at the University of Austin in Texas. She is a mindfulness meditation master and an author, has numerous TED Talks, and her work in mindful self-compassion is really going to help a lot of people in this particular situation. I decided to share five of her responses, possible responses that we could work with. Before I begin with that, I want to just reinforce that mindfulness is simply a state of awareness that we experience when something is going on and we click on with, oh, this is going on. So what I'm thinking about when I'm sharing this is people that are dealing with big challenges, something that they feel, for instance, that they did badly. Let's say you're in a situation where you are now a caregiver or you're full-time teaching kids or something like that. You have a lot of people in your home and you snap. And the response might be to feel badly, to be self-critical, to be angry at yourself. And the first thing that Dr. Neff talks about is, well, what would your best friend do? Think about your best friend. Be a friend to yourself. Let's say they made that really, what you're perceiving as really big mistake and were unhappy with themselves. How would you support them? How would you talk to them? How would you say, okay, you are a really good person. We're all dealing with these troubles right now. How would they receive your support? How would you give it? And then, of course, there is the possibility that they could be supporting you. How would you get that support from them? How would it be different from the dialogue that's going on in your head right now? Blah, 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 you did everything wrong, you're not making enough money, you may not be able to pay the rent, all these different things, or pay the mortgage. How would they support you and believe in you, and how would that be received? So the first suggestion when you're dealing with the stressors right now is be your own best friend, act as a friend. You can do that by looking in the mirror and talking to yourself as a best friend who talk to you. Very comforting. The next thing you want to do is you want to take a self-compassion break sometime. I have a friend that posted on Facebook today. His name's Jim. And 3 years ago, he suffered a massive stroke. And he's clawed himself back up to walking. He walks around the neighborhood, and he posted about how he felt really badly yesterday. He went out for a walk. He forgot his mask. And he was worried about, oh my God, I could have endangered my family. I could endanger other people. And I asked him to think about how he could be compassionate to himself and really recognize that what he did was a healthy choice. And everybody makes mistakes. We're all just doing the best we can in this situation. So take a self-compassion break. A self-compassion break could actually mean talking to yourself like your inner child. Oh, darling, it's okay. I know you're feeling the suffering. I know you're feeling worried. But we're all feeling that way, and just talking in a soothing way to yourself. I know that may sound a little bit strange, but it can be quite soothing. One of the things about the brain, and I'll talk about this again, is that if you are receiving something or if you are touching or something like that, your brain is not going to necessarily know that it's not coming from somebody else. So just do the kind thing to yourself and receive it openly. So what I was just talking about, supportive touch is something that you could do. Supportive touch is giving yourself a hug or a pat on the back, or, you know, stroke on the cheek, the back of the neck or something like that, or anything that you can do to embrace yourself. Again, the brain, if you look at MRIs, people who are thinking about things are being asked to think about that they actually do. The parts of their brain that light up when they think about it are the same ones that light up when they actually do it. So the hug is something that your brain will receive as a hug coming from anybody. Think about what you really want when you are being self-critical. What is your desired outcome? When my friend Jim was self-critical, what he really wanted was he wanted to do something, he wanted to make a healthy choice, and he wanted to be doing it in a way that was protective of the people that he loved and the people in his community. And he did that. And then he criticized himself for not doing it correctly. Well, in education, we say emotion drives attention. So you want people to focus on the outcome and instead of on some sort of negative response that they're getting, because we will definitely focus on a threat above what we are supposed to be learning from a situation. So think about how you can create a positive outcome or a positive focus that will help you. The final area that I want to focus on that Kristen Neff talks about is caregivers. And we have some wonderful people in our hospitals. We have nurses, we have doctors, we have paramedics, we have EMTs, we have people working in nursing homes, even the people working in grocery stores, the first line people. And they have a lot of exposure to stressors. So we want to think about, you know, when we're in situations like that, how can we take the stressful times and realize that they're going on and be self-compassionate, maybe, you know, give some of that self-talk that's positive. So you can actually be there for the people, because if you're just grinding away and trying to be a superhero all the time, it's going to be hard for you to really watch for yourself and stressing all the time. You don't watch for yourself. If you don't take care of yourself, you may end up exposing yourself to something that's dangerous. And then you're not able to do what you love to do, which is be a caregiver and a support giver. So all these things are things we can do. Think about my friend Jim and the things that he wanted. What you want to do is think about what you want. I'm going to, after this, provide everybody with a link to Kristen Neff's possible responses that you could use when you are dealing with stressors, and I hope they're of use to you. Thank you for listening. Have a very good night and be kind to yourself and everybody else.